After giving some advice about love to the girl in the red cloak, the maid left Beber Lake. As she watched the maid leave, she suddenly felt very uncomfortable. A voice seemed to be guiding her to do something, but her teammates didn't notice her abnormality. The next day, the maid returned to Duke Campbell's mansion and cooked the fish she caught for me to eat. This fish is very delicious, and I can't stop praising it. However, at this moment, a small accident occurred. After giving some advice about love to Aluca, and left Beber Lake with an iron bucket filled with fish, a gentle breeze blew by and blew off the hat she had just put on. She lifted her hand, gently put on her hat, and then continued walking forward. Aluca turned around and stood there, gazing at Anne from afar, until Anne's figure disappeared at the end of the road. She watched Anne's back and muttered softly, "Give everything for the one I love. Follow my innermost thoughts." Although Anne did not tell Aluca what specific actions were needed to help her find true love, she silently accepted Anne's advice. She looked ahead expressionlessly, still hesitating whether she really wanted to give up expressing her true thoughts to Rod. At this moment, a flame interwoven with black and red suddenly appeared inside Aluca's body. It kept spinning in circles inside Aluca's body, slowly gathering more flames and constantly releasing heat. Suddenly, Aluca felt something was wrong with her body. She widened her eyes and looked ahead, feeling her chest slowly burning. My chest. Aluca suddenly knelt on the ground and tightly covered her chest with her hands. Some flames even emerged from her body, exacerbating her pain. Her expression looked very uncomfortable. At this moment, a voice suddenly sounded in her mind. "Are you really going to give up, Aluca?" Aluca endured the pain in her body while trying to speak. Before Aluca could finish speaking, this mysterious voice spoke to her through flames. "You, who can even sacrifice morality, law, and life. You, who would sacrifice everything for him." Noticing that something was wrong with Aluca, Rod was a little worried about her. He furrowed his brow slightly and reached out his hand, wanting to inquire about her situation. He called out her name softly. "Aluca?" In Rod's arms, Tia, who had just drunk the healing potion, slowly regained consciousness. She placed her hand on her chest and repeatedly caressed it, trying to relieve the discomfort in her body. They didn't seem to hear any voices talking to Aluca, nor did they notice the flames on her body. "Do you really want them to be together?" The strange flame kept asking for Aluca's opinion. It seems to know that she has feelings of dissatisfaction and jealousy towards the interaction between Rod and Tia. Perhaps it was because her body was in too much pain. Or perhaps the issue with the flames had touched something she didn't want to face. Aluca silently shed tears. She tightly grasped the clothes on her chest and tried to refute. "No, I really don't want to at all. If Rod ever got with someone else, I'd go crazy with jealousy. Especially Tia, that despicable person. If only she had died." Aluca lifted her head and showed a very angry expression. Perhaps under the influence of the flames, one of her eyes suddenly turned red. Tears streamed endlessly from her eyes like a faucet that couldn't be turned off. She didn't want to give Rod to anyone, nor did she want anyone to come and take Rod away. At this moment, a flame emerged from Aluca's body. It drifted toward her, murmuring enticing words to sway her. It seems that you already understand. Go, Aluca. Follow the deepest desire of your heart. Conquer him, possess him. Leave your mark on him, and make him something that belongs only to you. Aluca stood up slowly from the ground. She still seems to feel physically uncomfortable, but in order to fulfill her desires, she must take action. She whispered to the flames. But Rod is very strong. What should I do? Flames kept rising from her chest. Some evil aura surrounds her body, seeming to guide her to continue doing the next thing. The flames comforted her. Don't worry, kid. No matter how powerful a man is, as long as you break his limbs and put a collar on him, he'll be nothing more than a cute pup that whimpers only for you. For this, I will lend you my strength. Suddenly, a bright flame appeared on Aluca's chest. The flames kept burning her chest, but she didn't feel as painful as before. The black aura surrounding her instantly enveloped her and let out a terrifying howl into the sky. Under the influence of the flames, her eyes gradually turned a terrifying blood-red color. It seems that she has gained a very powerful force. After absorbing the magical power of flames into her body, Aluca walked towards the direction where Rod and Tia were located. Tia was still resting in Rod's arms. Her body seems a bit weak, and she can't stand up immediately. Seeing that Aluca was in no abnormal state, Rod looked up and asked nervously, "Aluca, are you okay? Why did you suddenly kneel down just now? Did that woman do something to you?" Aluca closed her eyes and gave Rod a forced smile. She answered Rod's question gently. "Miss Anne didn't do anything to me. I'm just tired from running out of magic. I inquired about it for you. Miss Anne is a maid from a noble family. She can't join our adventure team." Upon hearing Aluca's words, Rod lowered his head as if feeling a bit disappointed that Anne couldn't join them. He said with regret, "I see. That can't be helped. Unfortunately, she has already left. I still want to say thank you to that lady in person. If she hadn't intervened to save us, we might have." At this moment, Tia seemed to notice something strange about Aluca's body. She looked up and observed for a while, then said to Aluca, "Wait, Aluca, your chest. Are you injured?" Upon hearing Tia's words, Aluca froze in place. She nervously looked down at her chest. A red mark appeared on the exposed skin. The most obvious feature of this mark is that it has an eye in the middle, and the nearby lines are like blazing flames. This mark seems to have suddenly appeared on Aluca's chest, and it also emits a slight red light. Aluca hurriedly pulled up the unburned part of her cloak to cover this eerie mark. She explained to them hesitantly and tried to shift the topic. "I'm fine. This one was just burned by the Lake Master's electric shock. Speaking of which, it may not be very safe here. We don't know if there will be a third Lake Master here. Let's hurry back to the guild to report. Tia's injury also needs to be handled properly." Rod didn't seem to take Aluca's abnormality to heart. He placed his hand on Tia's back and under her thigh and forcefully lifted Tia up. He said to Aluca, "You're right. Let's quickly find a place to rest." Tia was a little surprised to see Rod suddenly do this to her. She covered her mouth with her hand and asked him, "Rod, what are you doing?" "Put me down. I can walk by myself." Tia lightly hammered Rod's chest with her fist, expressing some dissatisfaction with his approach. Rod didn't think there was anything inappropriate about his approach. At times like this, don't be stubborn. With your weight, I could hold you all day without any trouble. Realizing that Rod didn't understand her, Tia said angrily, "Idiot, this is not a matter of weight." All right. You got hurt when you saved me, didn't you? I told you before, you should rely on me more." Rod and Tia chatted happily, interacting together like a couple. Upon hearing the voices behind her, Aluca slowly turned her head. At this moment, Aluca's expression instantly changed back to what it was before. She looked at their intimate interaction with indifferent eyes. The jealousy slowly eroded her heart. Around her, a black aura once again enveloped her. Her eyes flickered with a strange red light, as if she wanted to do something to them.